two of Live the Third, the artist, the founder, the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome back. Welcome back.
As you can see all that behind me. They said Santa Claus is coming to town. Y'all thought it was over with Christmas? No. The real Santas are still working out here. And the real Santa looks like this. Looks like me and a whole bunch of other people with cars full of packages like this. We the real Santa Claus. I don't know if y'all saw that post that I put up for Christmas. I did an AI image. I had that idea in my head and I described it all the way out. You know, I'm the writer, so I know how to do it. And I was persistent until I got it to look how I wanted it to look, but it's basically a Santa head made out of a bunch of boxes and baggies. And so, yeah, and I got a bunch of little workers. I said I actually originally wanted a bunch of workers to make up the face, wearing the fluorescent vest and everything that we wear for safety and everything. And that's for any of the jobs, like, you know, construction, any version of delivery, all the 18-wheeler drivers, just everybody who brings it to you, okay? Everything from your stores to at your door to whatever, right? And it didn't interpret that right, but it did give me, I did say I wanted some of the face made of boxes, the rest made of the people. It ended up making everything out of the box and the baggies, but then it added little people all over the head of the Santa. And it was a creative variation of what I wanted, so I went with it. I wasn't gonna stress myself about making it do what I said exactly. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just like, no, I don't want that. You gonna do what I said, AI. I don't want to hear that. And I be dealing with Gemini, Google's app, if you don't know. I mentioned it before, and it's not an advertisement. If that was the case, y'all wouldn't hear me asking about no finances and trying to monetize. If we had Google as a sponsor, Lord have mercy, universe bless. Let's make it happen in 26. How about that? But I'm long overdue for a major sponsor like that. We need that. We need that. So if anybody's ever looking that's got that kind of, I mean, even if you ain't got to be Google up, just somebody who got a business or any kind of business, and you know, you can spare a few hundred to some thousands every month to get your product mentioned or whatever. You see how I go live daily. You see how I push and do what I do daily. So yeah, come on board, be a part of that. We with that all day, any day. You are welcome, you know, but it's got to be progressive and positive and energy that we, you know, support. It can't be no randomness, you know. It's got to be something that we can get behind and represent as a nonprofit, because, you know, there are rules about that. And well, I'll put it like this: we have our own rules. I ain't even gonna say the rules of this nation, because right about now, like, what is legal, what is law anymore? I swear to gosh, like, what is really going on in the wild west? Like, for real. So we have our own list of ethics, let's just put it like that, and limitations of what we will represent with our sponsors and things of that nature. So yeah, but yeah, I want more sponsors. We need more sponsors. We have a few right now. Some, you know, I would call them silent donors, but they're not silent. They don't mind being mentioned. It's just, you know, they don't need or want the constant shout out, but when in need, they do be coming through, and we appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Hearts going up. I see that love. That's what I'm talking about. It must be one of my subscribers. If you're a subscriber, hit the comments, shout yourself out. Let me shout you out too. I like to know who's looking. I like to know my demographics, as I always say. Let me see. I missed one. Okay. Oh, it's the homie from yesterday. What's up, brother? I don't know if that's you watching right now. Let me know if that's you watching right now. But Cyrus is back, y'all, from Nagaland. From Nagaland in India, Northeast India, in the house. Yeah, it must be him. I see the hearts going up. Appreciate you, no doubt. I mentioned you in my, this is my second live of the day. And I'm back out here on the road doing the courier thing, car full of boxes. I was just saying, we the real Santa Claus. What we talking about Santa Claus, all that fictional character. No, this, the real Santa Claus, the real faces for Santa Claus is people like me delivering these packages. 17 minutes away from my first stop, and I got 70. 70. I don't even like to say it out loud. It's, damn. Whew. It's gonna be one of them days, boy. I'm talking about, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be grueling. It's got phases to it when you do these long routes. It's like, beginning of the day, you know, you motivated, you hype, you getting it done. You know, first 10 packages, no problem. 20 pack, no problem. By the time you get to about that third, that third hour, because every hour you need to be putting out about 10. That's the mental rule you have to kind of have in your head. Let me try to make sure I'm putting out at least 10. You're really doing good if you're putting out 15 in an hour. And then, something happened by that third hour. You start remembering that you might get hungry soon, so you got your snacks. I got my meal. I ain't got to stop and do all that. I can just warm up something that I brought to be good. But, depending on where you're at, depending on how smooth it's been with drop-offs, no issues with addresses, no drama with dogs in the yard, no silly people hanging you up. No, really, people don't be the problem. It be the dogs and the addresses. People can be a problem, but we ain't had no people problems really. And the dogs ain't a serious problem because I don't let them be. If I run into an aggressive dog, I don't get out the car. It's real simple. I'm gonna honk the horn, and if they don't come out, okay, well, now you know why your stuff is somewhere else. No, but seriously, I remember the only time recently I had a dog. It was so funny. He was growling and carrying on, acting all shady. I said, man, we not doing this. I had my window down. I said, we not doing this. What you want to do, buddy? I said, you gonna take it to the door for me or what? Because I don't have to get out the car. I'm honking the horn. Ain't nobody coming out. I see cars in the yard. Ain't nobody coming out. I said, okay, we got one of them houses. Damn it. It'll mess me up. See this? Okay, we already starting off with some BS today. Just already with the GPS stuff. I have never understood. They need to come up with some new color systems or something with GPS lines that will tell you. Oh my God, are you serious? Is it going? Wait a minute, hold up. Am I gonna have to come? I'm not coming back the same way. It better take me a street way. There ain't no way in hell. It must be taking me a street way because there's no way I'm dealing with that. Because I see the traffic going back the other way. Not doing it. Man, this is messing up my whole story and everything. I'm trying to finish up the story about the dog. It ain't that deep. The bottom line was, it was a baggie and wasn't nobody come out to get it. So I was like, all right, fetch boy, fetch. Like for real, you're not gonna disrespect people like that. I tell people all the time. I say it when I go live about that part of it. I say, look, y'all, you got people like me. I'm not even. This ain't my career. This is just something I do to get through. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what I want to do. This is what I have to do to stay flexible, to be able to do the content, to be able to travel when I can and will. To be able to take the gigs when I can go to set and be on movies and stuff, because I'm in that business. And right now it's super slow, and y'all know, if you know about what it is in Atlanta right now, it's not good for that, not like it was. So, ain't nobody about to just be going through, it's just not going to be that. It's like, the first thing any consumer can do is just be respectful of the process of somebody trying to deliver something. Like, if you got animals, lock them up. You got deliveries coming, leash them or lock them up, period. And they can't be within reach of the courier. You are not about to, you don't want the other side of it. There's the legal side and there's the, oh, wait a minute, is that blood? Am I bleeding? Oh, no, then something else got to bleed. You know what I mean? It's real simple. Ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody, too much life to live. Too much life been lived. No one's going backwards. No one's putting the clock in reverse. No one's going to have one incident ruin legacy. Not going to happen. Absolutely, positively not going to happen. So yeah, we on some different. We on some different. And I always tell people, like, people are so spoiled, man. Hey, what's happening? How you doing, bro? But I was saying earlier, I was like, yeah, okay, I gotta wait on this light. I was saying earlier, I started looking up more stuff about Nagaland, and I found out that not only was I slightly familiar, but as far as fishing goes, your region is known for the mahseer, various species of mahseer fish, which are super powerful, very popular with anglers, and definitely one of the many dream fish that folks want to catch in a lifetime. And there's one in particular that's like the national fish of Nagaland that I looked up, and you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all call it the same thing, but it's called the chocolate mahseer. And when I looked up, and I knew what mahseer were, but when I looked up how big these particular ones, because I know about the golden mahseer, which I'm wondering, I think they're closely related, if not the same. I don't know, because they look like the same fish, but the chocolate one does have a dark brown back, and as it goes down the side, the scales are like silvery with these gold edges. But the gold edges is what made me wonder. I said, is that still the same as the golden mahseer? Because that golden one, I know they get huge. They are beast. They get huge. But I found a video with a brother in your region fishing on this beautiful, beautiful stream. It was a natural stream, rocky shore, and all of that was familiar to me with watching other videos about mahseer being caught in that area. Because I watched one years ago that was like this award-winning video. This thing was like a movie. This white guy who was retired from somewhere in the U.S. It was his dream catch to go there and catch one, and he went like on the border of Tibet and India. There's a area, so I think it's the same. I know it's the same region. I don't know if it's the exact same area, but he caught one, man, and that was, I mean, he caught a few of them actually, but the one he mainly caught, the biggest one, I was like, good God, I swear that fish looked like, I mean, I'm not sure, but what I remember had to be about 40 pounds, you know, like insane big fish. But this other video I was watching just the other night and doing my research to remind myself that I did know about that area and the mahseer. It was a native brethren, and he was fishing, and he caught one, and his was like, man, he weighed it, and it was like 12.5 kilograms, which is literally like basically 30 pounds. For all my U.S. folks, we know we talking pounds. I said, oh my gosh, yes, hell yes. That's my kind of fishing. So, because my biggest fish to date is a 24-pound, 7-ounce blue catfish off the Chattahoochee River. And I've done many videos here where I show that fish. And then there's another one I caught that was a solid 24. Within the last week, I put up a clip of that video where you see me doing the release where the fish swims off. And that was just 24 pounds, 0 ounces, solid 24. So I've caught two 24-pounders. Like I say, one that was 7 ounces extra. And I love that symbolism, because the day I caught it, I always said that was meaningful, because 24/7 that's a phrase, you know. It's like we say like 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. So it's like that's what I do all day, every day, whether I'm fishing or not. I'm always fishing. I'm in my mind thinking about fishing. I live life like I'm fishing. I'm out here fishing right now to catch the next opportunity to stop having to do these deliveries and get to the next level in life. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, 24/7 is very, very symbolic for me, those numbers. And I'm a little bit of a lot more and more into numerology. Shout out to my cousin, Rebels Bay. All right, Circle of Grace. Check him out on Instagram, Circle of Grace. That's family right there, for real family, like blood family. You know, my father's cousin, my cousin. And he's a legendary metaphysical, spiritual knowledge, energy zones, numerology, especially numerology. That's his thing. Like, he reads people through numerology. Like, he'll take your birthday and give you your whole life plan. Like, for real. So, heavy knowledge. Shout out to my fam. But Sharina's keeping it real as I'm talking about fishing. Look at me bringing in the fishing energy today. Look at me bringing in the fishing energy up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the lady of the decade when it comes to ONYXCON fishing tournament. I know she's laughing. Hope your husband's right over your shoulder laughing with you. Yo, that's the homegirl right there. This is my homie. Never met this woman physically. I had the honor of meeting her and her husband and her family, but she is a ONYXCON legend. She won our fishing contest twice, not once, twice. Twice. And as far as I'm concerned, she's been winning ever since, because she's the only person that ever took the time to keep using the hashtag ONYXCONFT. All right? So you know, whether you physically doing it or not, you always that one. Just know that. You forever in there. The first winner, she was the second of all time, but like I said, the most winning, because she won 2 years in a row. But the first one to ever get it was Jazz out there in Texas. She got it, and but we ain't heard from Jazz. Jazz ain't got too big for us. She don't be hollering back. I ain't saying she doing this wrong, because I think she just don't understand how it works. She a little young. You know what I'm saying? Sharina's a little more seasoned like me. She understands life. She understands you better keep some connections, damn it. You better keep some people that you know close. You better know. You better know. That's what you young folk gonna learn. Y'all think, oh, that was last year. That was then. That was yesterday. Yeah. Well, today is still tomorrow and the next day. You don't understand. It's who you know in this life. Please believe it's who you know. That's where opportunity comes from. Because when I get monetized, see, that's when I'm gonna be like, hey, Sharina, guess what? Check with your hubby. I can get my hotel. I can get my ticket. I want to come fishing in the backyard. I want to go to the river. I want to go to the lake you be on. I want to do the backyard. I want to do a live broadcast. I want to do some videos. I want all of that. All of that. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is funny. My brother, this young brother I just met online yesterday, Sharina, if you still watching, the guy who's saying in the comments, Cyrus, he said, wait, is she Indian? Because her name, Sharina, sounds kind of Indian. She's African-American. She's black. And yeah, the root of the name could be a lot of things. I've never looked up the etymology of Sharina as a name. Do you know Sharina? Do you know the roots of your name? I know the roots of mine. My name is straight up Kemetic. The main name, Joseph, is from Seth, S-E-F, from Kemet, ancient Egypt. And I didn't always know that. When I was young and going through my militant phase of, you know, black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety, black, you know, CB4. Yeah. When I was on that, I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna change my name to something West African to acknowledge my roots, blah, 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 blah. Then I got older and I just started researching deep on, I love etymology, I love the root of words. So I looked up my name, and I come to find Joseph. If you take it all the way back, Joseph is the English version of my name. Then you got, which I got no problem with, especially because, you know, I am born African-American in America from Atlanta. So, you know, that's how I look at that part of it. So then you go back to Yosef and Yusef. Yosef, all right, the Hebrew, okay, the Jewish version of the name. And then you got Yusef, the Arabic version of the name, Muslim, okay. And then before both of those, and the root of both of those is Seth, S-E-F, which is Kemetic. It's a Kemetic name, which is Kemet is Egypt. So that's what I mean when I say Kemet. She says, but I get that all the time, the Indian, but my grandpa, you know the deal. Hey, who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, the roots be deep. The roots be deep. And when I say Indian, I'm talking about South Indian Asia, real India. Okay, not Europeans calling folk Indians and all that stuff here, you know, and got folk all twisted about that forever. No, I'm not talking about that. This brother is I'm not talking about Native American. I thought you might be. No, we're not talking about Native American. I'm not talking about Native Indigenous. We're talking about this brother Cyrus that's in here, if he's still looking. He's in Northeast India. And if you look up his people, he's from the Naga, N-A-G-A, which they don't look like what most Americans think of when they think of most Indian people, because a lot of them don't even know. Okay, I feel you, for sure, Serena, I see you. But a lot of them don't, a lot of Americans don't even know about any other Indian peoples other than the ones we see commonly, whether they be brown, super dark, the straight hair, the wavy hair, the curly hair, whatever. certain eyes, certain noses, and I mean even that is like a million different looks that some people really don't know the range of. But no, this brother is from a region where the people, if you saw him, you might think they were Chinese because they're right on the border of a part of China with that region where India touches China. So they have that look. They have a very mixed East Asian look, and even I would say some of them even look a little Southeast Asian. But and I've researched and found that some scientists say that's where they think the people could have come from into that area. But anyway, he's from there. So yeah, that's what we talking about. But he's saying that in India, that name Sharina, which I understand why he's saying that, it does have a sound like one of the traditional names from one of the languages, because you got so many languages too. It's a bunch of languages, you know, for real talk. But yeah, where did I leave off? I was talking about fishing, of course, and I'm getting close to my destination where I gotta go for this first drop off. I really hope it don't knock me off, because I like to just hop out, jump back in, kick the live back up. But it's hard to do it when I still gotta have my GPS running through the phone and gotta be looking at that at the same time. Like, if I had my ultimate system, y'all, for when I do this, my absolute ultimate would be not having to do this shit at all. God damn it. I don't want to be delivering nothing. I'd be going to a store right now and just talking to y'all, and then I show y'all the store. And then while I'm doing it, my biggest pet peeve is I want to play music when I'm live, and I don't care nothing about the copyright hits on a live, not on a video. Yeah, I care, but on a live, I'm like, whatever. It keeps the energy, and I need it. Sometimes I like to have my, I'm riding, I like to have my music on. Plus, it's like I get to play DJ for y'all, and I can cut on Sirius FM and go through some stuff and have some fun with it. And I did that a few times, but it didn't. For some reason, the connection does not connect properly. It really, really messes up. I see you, Cyrus, bro, say he having some internet problems. I feel you, man. Hey, like, that's what I'm talking about now, with how it don't even be the internet per se. Sometimes it is. It'll be Wi-Fi in the area, bad signal, poor towers, whatever. Not enough towers, whatever's going on. Wow. Yeah, okay, all right. I'm passing by an area, and a big sign was like, "Hola!" I'm talking about like that, "Hola!" Big as all hell, so they let you know, yeah. I'm in the barrio. That's what's up. I love it. I love cultura. But oh yeah, this is real mixed over here in this area. I haven't been on here in a minute either. This is Ayo, African restaurant. Now let's see, Ayo. I won't even pretend to guess which African culture that's representing, and it doesn't say specifically. They just say African restaurant place. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm back. Back in for a minute anyway. 5 minutes to my next stop. And